Laser sights enhance and maintain your accuracy in a time of crisis, preventing tunnel vision and allowing quick target acquisition in awkward shooting positions. Crimson Trace, making laser sight standard equipment. Learn more at crimsontrace.com.
#1 national voice in defense of your Second Amendment rights. Gun Talk, available on iTunes and on the free Gun Dealio smartphone app for Android and iPhone. To be on the air with Tom, call us now, 866-825-5486 or 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, here's Tom.
I'm so glad you could be with us today. I'm glad that I'm able to do this, talking about guns and shooting and safety. So much fun. By the way, when people talk about gun safety, remember we are the gun safety people. We've been the gun safety people for 100 years in the U.S. We are the ones who teach gun safety. The gun control people figured out that gun control doesn't work. The term doesn't work for them, so they tossed it in the trash. Handgun Control Incorporated became the Brady Group. The Brady Bunch, I call them. Gun control, not popular. Less popular now than it's ever been. So they said, well, we won't be the gun control group. We'll be the gun safety group. Safety, people like safety. We'll be gun safety people. That's it. We'll be the gun safety people. Now, for them, gun safety means turn in your guns, give them away, melt them down. It'll all be good because you see all the crooks, they'll behave because they're going to turn in their guns too. So we're going to be the gun safety people. No, you're not. You've never taught a gun safety class. You've never taught anybody to shoot. All you do is say, turn in your guns. Or let's have more people who can't buy guns. Or let's have more gun confiscation programs, because there's no such thing as a gun buyback. You can't buy back that which you've never owned in the first place. So don't get confused, and always, always, always challenge them. When you see it in the newspaper, when you see it on television, if they call some gun control group a gun safety group, squawk, say something, call the reporter, call the station, send an email, contact the newspaper. If it's online, make comments. These are not gun safety people. These are gun banners. Oh, we don't want to take anyone's guns away. Well, people who maybe have a conviction of something, or maybe, if you've been accused of a crime. Yeah, you shouldn't have a gun if you've been accused of a crime, should you? Yeah, we'll go with that. They're gun banners. When you start breaking through and you say, look, what is it? If you guys could get anything you wanted, if you could get everything you wanted, what would it be? They always end up, if you can get them to actually answer honestly, well, we would get rid of the guns. Because if there are no more guns, then we wouldn't have any gun crime. Don't you love the phrase, gun crime? Here's a story. This one comes out of England. 6 years ago, Yvette Edwards' 19-year-old stepson was the victim of an unprovoked knife attack. So the story starts off, my interest in youth violence and knife crime began the day my stepson, Nat, became the victim of a random attack. Nat is one of the most wonderful young men that I know. He's the last person you would ever imagine being caught up in knife crime. Sounds familiar. Gun crime? Knife crime? By the way, there are people that want to ban you being able to have a pocket knife in your pocket. And in New York City, chances are the knife that you carry every single day in your pants pocket is illegal. More than 60,000 people have been arrested. More than 60,000 people have been arrested in New York City for carrying a standard, regular pocket knife. The folks at Knife Rights have been fighting that and continue to fight that with lawsuits and other measures. If you carry a pocket knife, if you care about this, I would encourage you to get involved. kniferights.org on the web. Oh, man, I tell you, a lot of things going on. Let's go to line 3. Vince is with us out of Oklahoma. Vince, thank you for your patience. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a 6-shot snub-nosed revolver that doesn't cost what a Smith cost.
Okay.
So
what's
I know
your budget?
Taurus and Charter Arms both make 6 shots. I haven't had any experience with either company, so I was going to see what your opinion was.
Let me ask you a question, because I'd like to reframe the question just a little bit. Okay. Revolvers, fair to say, they really don't get shot a lot. They get carried a lot, or they get stored a lot, but they don't get shot a lot. If price wasn't an issue, what would you want?
A Ruger.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So
if Ruger made the 6 shot that I wanted, I probably wouldn't even call. It would just be save the money. And is it just worth saving the money? Because I'm not going to carry something that I'm not proficient with.
All right. Here's another question. I'm going to work this around several different ways to help you get to where you want to go, because I know where you want to be. Okay, and I'm going to help you get there. Okay. How long do you think a revolver will last?
If you take care of it right, it should be something that, great grandkids get.
Okay. And how old are you?
I am 37.
Okay, so let's just throw 60 years on. Let's be optimistic. You'll have it for 60 years. And if you saved $100 or $200 on it, and you ran that across 60 years, that's not going to cost you a whole lot per month. It's probably like 4 cents. Okay?
Right.
So, and here's what I have found, and I've done this one. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Charter or Taurus or anything else. I'm just saying you started off by saying that you might want something else. That's the only reason I'm doing this, okay? So what I'm saying is trying to find a way to get what you really want. And if what you want is a Charter or a Taurus, great, fabulous, go for it. But I kind of hear in your voice there's something else. And I've done the thing where, and we probably all have, we said, well, I'm going to get this other one. And then every time I picked it up, I went, shoot. I should have gotten the one. Yeah. I mean, we've all done it, haven't we? We've all done it.
Yeah.
So I get, and here's the other way to go. Because they don't wear out, and because there have been millions of them made, chances are you can find a used whatever it is you want at a decent price. So don't overlook used guns. Just check them out, make sure that they look okay, they work. And sometimes if you get them from the right place, you can, they've got a range there, you can shoot it and say, okay, yeah, it looks great, it's going to work. If they don't, you can get a 3-day exchange period on it. Some places will give you that. You can take it to the range. All I'm saying is don't not get what you want because of a difference in dollars, assuming, and this is all assuming, you can actually get there. Because if you say, look, I just don't have the money, I can't do it no matter what, even though you say it's fine, got it, understand it. Every one of us is on a budget. Nobody has unlimited money. But I'm just trying to get you to think about it, And yeah, good point. Michelle said, who works at a gun store, they own a gun store. Buy the right thing first so you don't lose money on the trade-in and spend more later. That's an excellent point, because if you buy later on you trade it in, you're never going to get on the trade what you paid for it. So you're going to lose money on that deal too. So I don't know if that helps, but I'm just trying to get your thought process and open it up to some other possibilities. Okay.
Yeah, that just recently shot a GP100 and full load 357 through it, put a big dumb smile on my face every trigger pull.
Well, those things are like tanks, aren't they? They're just made stout. They really are. Well, partner, I think you know what you want. Now you just got to find a way to get there.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
All right. I wish you luck with it. 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. Be right back with more gun talk.
The Springfield Armory SOCOM 16 CQB is a serious package of .308 firepower with a long military background. 10 inches shorter than the standard M1A with the standard 10-round or the optional 20-round magazine. It's a thunderous close-quarters battle rifle that stops, fights, fast. Ghost ring rear and tritium front sights with a 5-position adjustable cheek piece, the SOCOM 16 CQB is ready for anything. Springfield-Armory.com.
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. shopguntalk.com.
The Ruger pistol that started it all is now even better. The Ruger Mark IV has the same great look as the Mark III, but now its simple one-button takedown means less time taking apart your gun and more time shooting it. Disassemble it in seconds for no hassle cleaning. Learn more about the Target, Hunter, and 2245 Light Mark IV series models at Ruger.com. The Ruger Mark IV, another rugged, reliable firearm from Ruger.
All right, the number here is 866-825-5486. And who can remember that? Not me. Just pick up the phone and dial me. Tom Talk Gun, because that's what we do here. Tom Talk Gun, that gets you in. Tim's in Coos Bay, Oregon, line 1. Tim, calibers, what you looking for?
Question on calibers. I talked to you a couple of months ago, arthritis in the hands, and you recommended 380. I think there's a lot more selection of 9mm that look awfully good, and I was just wondering a comparison between the recoil between the 380 and the 9mm.
The 9 definitely has more recoil. There's no doubt about it.
A whole lot or a little?
That's pretty subjective, but you're getting similar velocities, but you're using heavier bullets in the 9. It's basically what it amounts to. It as the bullet weight goes up, the recoil is going to go up. And if you're talking about a self-defense gun, this is going to drive some people crazy when I say this, the 380 is just fine. Now, having said all of that, are you looking revolver or semi-auto here?
Well, for a defense gun, I'm thinking semi-auto.
Okay. If the recoil is a real issue, and I mean, you wouldn't be asking if it wasn't, I would get a 380. And I would not get one of the teeny tiny little 380s like an LCP. Look at the next size up. Several manufacturers have a compact mid-size, and boy, those 380s are sweet. They really shoot well.
Okay, well, and my other question, this is off the wall, really, and that was 22 Magnum.
Mm-hmm. For self-defense?
Yeah. I was looking at a revolver, but a reliable source told me that the Heritage 6-shot or 9-shot 22 revolver or 6-shot 22 Magnum made a pot metal.
I don't know about that, but I will tell you the 22 Magnum it's actually a decent self-defense cartridge. It's going to drive people crazy. Again, anything you are willing to carry with you is worthwhile, because if you won't carry it with you, it's not going to do any good if it's sitting back at the house. So you need to drill down on this. First, you're going to have to decide semi-auto or revolver. That's basic.
I thought revolver, the Heritage, for the fun of it. I mean, I'm open to two weapons. So the 22 Magnum that I was thinking of was this Kel-Tec with a 30 round magazine.
Well, that's not a carry gun. That's a big old gun.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, thanks.
Oh yeah, that's a big gun. That's bigger than a Glock, or at least Glock-ish size. So that is not a small carry gun. It's a great gun, fun to shoot, but it is definitely not a carry gun. At least not for most people. So I'm going to drill you back to a mid-size 380 or a reasonable size 22 Magnum revolver. And again, like our previous caller, you may want to look at used guns if you want to save a little money on revolvers, because nobody wears out revolvers. They just don't. In fact, people don't wear out guns for the most part. And used guns can represent a really good price. Tim, I wish you luck with it. I appreciate the call, sir. Line 4, Frank is in Ohio. Florida, Ohio. That's weird. Florida, Ohio. Hey, Frank. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going down. We lost Frank. We're going to go down to Terry on 4. Hey, Terry.
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
Just got a couple of new guns. I've been carrying 1911s and usually a J-frame for the past 40-odd years. And I just got a SIG P226 Legion, single action only.
And
a Smith & Wesson Model 12 2-inch. It was made in 1976. It's bought by a lawyer who dropped it in a drawer, and I'm the first person ever fired a round through it.
Oh, wow.
And,
what a deal.
I'm absolutely in love with that little thing. I used to carry, I've carried an end frame under a polo shirt, but that's when I was working out 3 days a week and riding 60 miles on a bicycle. That's kind of changed.
End frame is a big revolver.
Yes. But that little K-frame, it's an airweight K-frame. I just love it. I usually have the SIG in a man purse. But
okay.
The SIG may actually be better than a 1911. I hate to say that because I'm afraid to get struck by lightning. But
yeah, no, that 226 single action is really, really sweet. I understand. Well, look, I appreciate good range reports. I thank you, sir. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. Let's go down to Bob in Lewiston, Idaho, line 2. Lewiston, where they have two ammunition companies sitting right there in town. Hey, Bob.
How's it going there, Tom? Hey, wanted to share with you. Last summer, I was fortunate enough, blessed, to win a raffle from Three Gun for Vets, organization designed to get veterans involved in three-gun sports. In this kit, there was a Seekins precision rifle, a Benelli M2, Glock 34, all decked out, ready to go play the game with.
Ooh. So have you been shooting them?
Oh, yeah. In fact, this hunting season, my father and I went out, and we both shot whitetail with the rifle out of the kit, which kind of sinks that whole theory that I've heard put forth about an AR is no good for deer hunting. But
isn't that silly?
and what makes this real special, Dad and I went out, and that was actually our last hunt together because Dad passed away a week ago Friday. So it makes it even more special what the kit was and everything. So.
Well, I am sure sorry to hear about your father, Bob. Appreciate that. Do you have pictures from your hunt?
Actually, yes, I do. And in fact, they're up on the Three Guns for Vets page that on their Facebook page. I'm
going to make a suggestion, and you've probably already done it, but I would definitely actually get like old-fashioned prints made of a few of the pictures, and you may want to frame one and just have it around. We tend to shoot our digital pictures and we post them online, but we forget the old-fashioned way of actually putting prints up, and that's kind of a cool thing. And, you know, you guys had a great experience on your hunt together, and you've got the guns from that. That's just pretty neat. I will tell you a lot of my memories of my dad involved shooting and hunting and fishing, because those were the special times when it's a time when the family stuff is kind of put aside and you have some real one-on-one time. You know what I mean? When you're actually talking to each other when you're on these hunts. Does that make sense?
Very much so.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Look, I appreciate you passing on the story. Going hunting with your dad, with your kids, with your family members, special times indeed. And again, sorry to hear about your dad, but it sounds like you got some great memories, and I appreciate the call. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we've talked about this before, the whole passing guns down, the heritage, the stories that are carried with the firearms. I like that. Yeah, Jim says, great idea. Put the pictures in the gun case. So every time you open the gun case, there the two of you are on your hunt. That's a pretty cool idea. I like that. I was talking to a friend about passing guns down, and we started talking about the whole idea of making sure that people know what you want to have happen with your stuff, guns and everything else. It's going to sound weird. You need one of those "I'm dead, now what" folders. So that, and you can say, well, I'm only in my fill in the blank. Yeah, I know. And it may not be, it may be a lightning bolt. It may be a truck crosses the center line. You may not be home tomorrow afternoon. You need one of those "I'm dead, now what" folders. And you just sit down and say, okay, I want this gun to go to so-and-so. I want this thing to go to so-and-so, and on and on. But then as you go further, you go, well, why not write a little piece? Or even better, just record a little video, which you can do on your phones now, and put it on a thumb drive and put it with the gun or with the scope or with the car or with the whatever it is. Hey, let me tell you the story about this. Here's a couple of stories of hunts I've been on with this gun or with this scope or with whatever. It's not the gun that's cool when it gets passed down. It's the connection. What you're really passing down is the connection. And if you really want to do it the cool way, give it to somebody before you're gone. Assuming you don't want to use it for the next 30 years, that's your call. But I'm just saying, give it to somebody before you're gone, and then you guys can talk about it, and you can share the stories, and you can tell them all about it. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's true. What do they call that? There's a home deal where you sell your pen, you sell your house, but you still get to live in it. You could give it to somebody, but you don't actually let them take possession of it. I'm going to keep my gun. It's your gun, but I'm going to keep it. And you may get it sometime. Reverse mortgage. That's what it is. It's a reverse mortgage on your guns. I'm not sure how well that would go over. But it's a thought. Have you ever gotten a gun handed down to you? Does it get the stories with it? Well, to me, that's the deal. And being able to have photos with it, that's very cool. I like that whole idea. So that's pretty sweet. 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. I want to talk to you about revolvers. If you got a cool revolver that you like, by all means, give me a holler. We can talk wheel guns.
Gun Talk encourages you to support the local sporting goods store, gun stores, ATV dealers, and other local businesses in your area who advertise on this station and Gun Talk. Only together can we protect our rights. You're listening to Washington Times opinion page regular contributor Tom Gresham.
And we're still talking about guns. Hey, Tom Gresham here. Our number is 866-825-5486. Easier to just dial Tom Talk Gun. Easy. Tom Talk Gun. Throughout the thought, revolvers. Do you like them? Did you grow up shooting them? Are you young enough to have never shot a revolver? Love to get your take on it. The reason I'm asking, was it today's Sunday? 2 days ago, Friday, I picked up a new-to-me revolver. It's a new revolver, Smith & Wesson 686, 7-shot 357 Magnum, 3-inch barrel. It's called the 686 Plus. I got the deluxe version because it's got a cool bobbed grip on it. It's just a nice-looking revolver. Obviously, you can shoot 38 special in it, shoot light loads in it. You can shoot full-bore 357 mag in it. I don't think I would want to do that all day long. It's an L frame, which in Smith & Wesson world, L frame is smaller than the N frame, and just feels good. I got a holster made by the folks over at Lobo Gun Leather, really good looking leather holster, just because I thought a revolver ought to have an all leather holster. I don't know, just seemed to fit the ethic of the whole thing, and I'm really looking forward to it. So it kind of got me to thinking about revolvers and 44s and different calibers. And, well, honestly, toward that end, why don't we go talk to John on line 3 out of Arkansas. Hey, John, talk to me about revolvers.
Hey, Tom, it was about a year ago I had called and talked to you about a 686. And I bought one and had so much fun with it, I decided, hey, I want to get every frame that Smith & Wesson makes in the 357, the 41, the 44 Magnum, the 460 Magnum, and the 500 Magnum. And last week, I got finished purchasing the 500 Magnum, and I go out every week and shoot one of those revolvers. And I would encourage any of your listeners that do not have a revolver, they need to get one. Like you were stating earlier, they're so much fun. You can see them move. They're easy to take apart. They're easy to clean. And to me, it's like driving an old car. You get to shift it. You roll down the windows yourself. You're just part of the gun when you get to shoot it, and they're really, really fun.
I just thought of something, John, when you were talking about that. You know what a revolver is? A revolver is a Jeep with a stick shift.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And they're really, really fun to shoot. And if any of your listeners do not have one, I would highly recommend them to buy one. They're so much fun. And the 357, the 44, and even the 500 Magnum, it's a handful, but it is a blast to shoot.
Okay, I got to ask you, in the process of going through all these models, you hit one that made my antennas come up. You mentioned the 41 Magnum, which has always been a favorite of mine. What'd you get?
I got the Model 57. It's the blued version, has the 6-inch barrel, and it is a very, very good shooter. It's not too heavy as far as the recoil, and I really enjoy shooting it. It's a very pretty gun, has the blued finish, and has the wood stock, and it's really, really pretty.
I love the 57. I have one of the original Model 57s, came out in the late 60s. 6-inch barrel, same deal, blued, and just shoot great, and they feel good. I mean, kind of the original the original 10 millimeter, if you will, the 41 Magnum.
Correct. Yeah, it's a really good shooter.
That is terrific. Well, you have quite the collection of revolvers, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I started with them. And thank you for the call. I appreciate it. I had a 5-inch Model 27, 5-inch barrel, Model 27, in-frame, 357, sold it like an idiot. Wish I hadn't done that. I now have a 4-inch Model 27 that I bought, weirdly enough, through a movie prop house. A weird story there. It only can be told over a drink in private. Like a lot of these stories. But man, they do shoot. They are just, I don't know, there's something elemental about shooting a good quality revolver. I'll tell you what, quick break. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We're going to get to you. 866-TALK-GUN. Be right back.
Get the fastest semi-automatic trigger for your AR rifle with Franklin Armory's BFS trigger. The binary firing system offers a 3-position selector for binary, semi, and safe modes. In binary mode, your AR fires 1 round on pull and 1 round on release. Works in any AR, is easy to install, no paperwork needed. 100% U.S. made, patent pending. The BFS trigger from Franklin Armory. At a dealer near you or at franklinarmory.com.
If you're like me, you don't have money to burn, but you still want to buy guns, ammo, and accessories. That's why we created Gun Dealio. That's a free smartphone app. Just download it and start getting the deals. Could be discounts, offers of free magazines for your gun, or you could be the first to hear about new stuff from gun makers. Here's how it works. With Gun Dealio on your phone, you get alerts when you enter a gun store. Special deals, you know. You don't have to do a thing. It'll do a lot of other cool things, like let you watch gun videos and listen to Gun Talk podcast. Plus, check it anytime for hundreds of deals and offers. Getting more while spending less. Smart, huh? Gun Dealio. Made in America. Gluten-free. At the App Store and Google Play or gundealio.com.
Laser sights enhance shooting fundamentals, sight alignment, and trigger control. Training with laser sights increases muzzle awareness, improves and corrects sight alignment and sight picture, and aids in acquiring and maintaining sight picture in low light conditions. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com for a free copy of our laser training video, The Laser's Edge, and learn why Crimson Trace is making laser sights standard equipment.
And for all you people on Twitter who have answered the question, you're correct. I was asking, why is a suppressor, a silencer, not terribly effective on a revolver? We have the barrel cylinder gap, and the gases go squirting out. And if you really want to have fun, shoot a full-bore Magnum revolver, drape a piece of newspaper over your hand so it drapes on either side of it when you shoot it, and the cylinder, the gas is blowing out in front of the cylinder, and that gap between the cylinder and the barrel will cut the newspaper to all sorts of pieces. It's very instructive. It's one of the reasons you don't want to stick your thumb out in front of the cylinder on a Magnum revolver. It's liable to cut the end of your thumb off. It's happened before. By the way, also, we were talking during the break, a .22 revolver is really fun. I have the Smith 617 I've had forever and ever. 6-inch barrel, underlug barrel. Holy cow, that thing is fun to shoot. No recoil to speak of. Great way to start people out. I just, I don't know what it is. There's just a thing about revolvers. They are just cool and fun to shoot. Let's go to, line 4. Tori's with us out of Spokane, Washington. Tori, thank you for your patience.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to say, let everybody know when when you go to purchase a handgun, I found out that you really need to do your homework on the gun and on getting extra, magazines for it and everything before you purchase the gun.
Okay, what happened?
Well, I'm a 10 millimeter fan, and I've gone with Glock, and I've never had any problem. Went outside the box a little bit, got my first 1911 in a 10 millimeter Rock Island, the Ultra FS with the 16 round mag.
That's right. It's a double stack mag. Yeah.
Pardon?
It's a double stack magazine, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And after purchasing the gun, I checked with the dealer I bought it from, and he couldn't find anything online. And I'm not much of a computer person, but I did what I could, and I couldn't find any. So I tried calling Rock Island. Well, they don't answer their phone. They just let it ring and ring and ring and ring. After multiple times, I quit trying to call them. I did what I could. Found a guy. I found a YouTube video on it because you only get one magazine with the gun. So this guy said he got some through this guy online. So I got a hold of him. He said he's been out of them since late summer because Rock Island doesn't make them. Somebody else does. They had a machine part break and hadn't made any. So he said I'm supposed to get some in mid-December. So I put my name on his waiting list. Nothing. Talked to him in January. Said, well, now they're telling me it's mid-January. Called him back, talked to him again. He said, well, now they're saying mid-February. You can't find anyone. I tried Rock Island again. They finally answered, no, we don't have any magazines neither. Then,
so, your takeaway, let me cut to the chase on this one, Tori. The takeaway is when you're buying anything that's a little bit out of the box, make sure, especially on semi-autos, and I always say, and I'm not kidding about this, friends and neighbors, when you buy your semi-auto gun, buy 6 magazines at the same time. If you can't find 6 magazines, don't buy it. I think Tori's story is tell us exactly. I don't know what to tell you. I tell you what, keep listening. If somebody knows and you can get in here real fast where Tori could find mags for his double stack Rock Island 10 millimeter, let me know. I appreciate it. And thank you for the call, Tori. It's one of those lessons. Sorry we had to learn it from you, but there it is. Yeah, the 41 mag, they don't make it now, but at one point, if I remember right, there was a 4-inch, I think there was a 4-inch barrel, 41 mag mountain rifle from Smith & Wesson. And you can probably find those on Gunbroker or something. I think I'm self-enabling here. I better stop. It's just not going to be. I just got this revolver on Friday, and I'm already thinking about getting something else. Holy cow. There's something wrong with me. Oh, well. Paul's in Casper, Wyoming on 1. Hey, Paul, tell me about Fierce Arms. Do you have one of these?
No, I'm wanting to buy one.
Okay.
But they're a pretty pricey gun, and what I've looked online is they'll shoot one MOA. But, they make them in carbon fiber barrels and heavy barrels, and I'm shooting a Sendero 7 mag right now, and I love it, but it's just too damned heavy.
Okay, let me just ask you. Everything will shoot one MOA now. There's almost nothing that won't shoot one MOA. I mean, a Ruger American rifle at $400 will shoot a half to 3/4 inch MOA. I mean, our MOA, it's just, you don't have to go spend $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 to get a rifle that shoots like that these days.
Okay. Well, I'm shooting a Sendero now, and I love it. I mean, off the bench, it shoots just beautiful.
Sure. They're just heavy.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm looking more into the carbon fiber barrels and, getting the gun lightened up a little bit.
Well, the Ruger American is 6.2 pounds, if I remember correctly, which is not bad. Put a lightweight scope on it. Now, you're probably still under 8 pounds for the whole package. And, pick what caliber you want to put it in. I mean, same with the Savage, same with pick. Everybody's got them now. Now here's the thing. If you really want to go super light, there's one name that always keeps coming back. It's Ultralight Arms. Actually, they're now called New Ultralight Arms. They're not cheap either. You're going to be looking at about $3,500, but he can build a 4.7 pound rifle that will shoot sub MOA. So if you're really looking for super light, that's one way to go. You might also poke around. There's some titanium barrel possibilities out there, but keep looking. And you can get lightweight, good shooting rifles from the major manufacturers, the Rugers of the world, Kimber, Savage, certainly. Just a lot of things there. So let's go down to Mike, line 3, out of Texas. Hey, Mike, what's your question, please?
I'm hoping you can solve my problem, Tom.
Sure.
I want to first give you some background. I'm not a novice shooter. I've been shooting since the 70s. I shot competition. Mm-hmm. My problem is back then, I could take a gun and I might have to adjust the sight 1 or 2 clicks one way or the other. But now I have to adjust the sights way over to the right. I've done it with 4 revolvers. And I don't understand why now I'm shooting to the left.
You shoot right-handed, don't you?
Is it eyes?
No. Do you shoot right-handed?
Yes.
Okay. You're jerking the trigger. Sorry, but there it is.
That's what the lady told me. I don't jerk the trigger, Tom. I've got rhythm down pat. I don't never jerk.
I'm telling you, Mike, this is what's going on. I would put $100 down on the table right now that I could fix you in 2 minutes at the range with a little drill. But I'm going to tell you, you don't have to spend $100. I'm going to fix that for you right now. Okay. Here's how you're going to know. You need to have a friend load your revolver for you. Okay. Some chambers are empty. Some are loaded. You can't see the trigger jerk when you have recoil. But if it goes click when you pull the trigger and you are jerking the trigger, you will see it go down and left. After the first time when you yank it off target, you go, there it is. After that, it won't be a problem. It's called the ball and dummy drill. You can do it with ball ammo or dummy ammo in a semi-auto, but in a revolver, it's really easy. Just have some chambers that are empty and some that are loaded. Have a buddy load it for you and do it that way at the range. Try that and then call me back. Let me know how it works out, but I am about 99.9% sure that's what's going on here. And yeah, we all say, I don't jerk the trigger until we find out, maybe I do. we're talking revolvers during the break, of course. I've got the Tough, TUFF is the brand. They used to be called Bianchi Speed Strips, but now they're just strips. And I got a bunch of that will carry the 7 rounds for my 7-round Smith & Wesson 686. Posted a picture of it, and Rich Grassi, who is the editor of the Tactical Wire newsletter, former cop, his comment is simply, there's 7 rounds, right? High cap. It's my high-capacity revolver. Those strips are pretty cool. You can sure put them in your pocket and carry those a lot easier than you can regular speed loaders. Charlie's in Downs, Kansas on line 2. Hey, Charlie, what kind of holster are you looking for?
I'm looking for a holster. I want to get a holster for my wife for Valentine's. She has an XD subcompact that she dearly is in love with. And a couple of years ago, I got her a Crimson Trace laser guard.
Nice.
But it came with a holster, and it's kind of rinky-dink, and I want to get her a good one. And I'm running out of time, so I called you to see if you could help me.
The holster it came with. Yeah, so this is the holster you got from Crimson Trace?
Yeah, and it's a little cloth thing, and it really isn't anything.
Tell you what, I'm going to suggest go back to the Crimson Trace website because they have added a whole bunch of holsters to the website. I'm looking to, I don't know if you've been there and looked. I'm trying to help you out.
They have them for the S and the Mod 2, but they don't have them for the straight XD. And I sent them an email last week, but I haven't heard back. And like I say, I'm running out of time.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. Can you contact the guys at Crossbreed Holsters? Okay. They are great folks there. Give them a call tomorrow, crossbreedholsters.com, and look up their phone number and call them. And just say, look, guys, this is what I'm doing. I got to get this for Valentine's Day. I don't know if we're down to the wire. You may not be able to get this because they have to make it for you. But you could at least give her a card that says it's coming. But see if they can whip up something for you. They may well be able to do that. Of all the companies who could do a real short order deal, I'm thinking maybe those guys can whip that out for you. Besides that, they're just great people to talk with. So I would think maybe try the Crossbreed holster way to go. Now, beyond that, then I'm going to be doing the same thing you're doing. I'm going to CompTech and all the other holster makers and see who has something for you. There's one other, you may end up having to have a custom holster made. There's one guy, it's a weird little deal. It's called A Holster. Believe it or not, if you just put in aholster.com, I don't know if he has it, don't know if he would make it for you. You're not going to have it in time for Valentine's Day. But he's one of these guys that's a small outfit making Kydex holsters that are pretty sweet. So that's a possibility. But for quick turnaround, I'm thinking maybe I would call Crossbreed, see what they could do for you, okay? Well, that would be a cool Valentine's Day present. Here's a holster for your pistol, honey. Yeah, it is an issue. When you put one of these lasers on your gun, you got to make sure you can get a decent holster for it. And decent being the whole deal. Yeah. I like it. Jim says, yeah, just put the whole Kydex thing in your oven, warm it up. Actually, that's not as weird as it sounds. That's how they fit the Kydex. They warm them up, then shove the gun in there, and then they kind of squish down the soft Kydex around it and then let it mold onto it. I'm not sure I'd want to be doing that one for my Valentine's Day present. I'd make Valentine's Day go, yeah, just put the loaded gun in the holster and then put everything in the oven. What could go wrong? Yeah, well, there goes your Valentine's, buddy. Yeah, well. Hey, you know what? If you're on hold, stay with us. We'll get you into the after show. If you have to leave us now, thanks so much for joining us. Think revolvers. Think analog. Think bolt-action rifles. Think cool stuff. Maybe even a pump shotgun. It's that time. We don't have to necessarily stock up on all that stuff. At least not right now. Buying guns is cool, and I hereby give you permission to buy all you want.